Finding products to sell on Amazon that make a profit is half of the battle. But once you have the products in hand, then what? Today, I have some products that need to be listed in and sent to the warehouse. So I want to walk you guys through with me step by step so you can see exactly how to do that process. We're going to list them into our seller account, prep them, get our shipping stuff ready, and then send them out. But first, before we do that, if you're new here, I'm Cassandra and I'm a full-time Amazon seller. On this channel, I love to teach you guys anything and everything related to selling on Amazon so you too can start doing this. So if that's the type of content that you like, be sure to subscribe to our channel. I'm also starting one-on-one coaching where you'll work with me directly, nobody else, every single day, and you can have me in your back pocket 24/7. So down below in the description are the details for that as well. All right, let's start listing some products. You could definitely create a shipment in the back end of your Seller Central account, but what I do and what I would definitely recommend for you to do is to invest in Inventory Lab. Inventory Lab is going to keep track of all of your numbers for you. Plus, it is so much easier than trying to create a shipment in the Amazon seller account. All right, so what we're going to be selling today are these socks that I got from Kohl's. We have 15 of these. And then I also have this youth Nike shirt. So it comes like this in the package. Now what I'm going to want to do is open this up. Now the big reason why I don't want to leave it in that bag is because right here you can see the price is $20. And that's not the price that the customer who buys it on Amazon is going to be buying it for. So I definitely want to get rid of that because that can leave a bad taste in somebody's mouth. If I were to buy this shirt for $50 and then it came with a tag that said $20, as a buyer, I would probably be a little upset with that. So we're going to get rid of that evidence and then we're going to put this in a clear poly bag of our own. Now you can see on the tag that where the price is, it comes up really easily. And it actually has a little tear line. So I'm just going to very carefully tear that off. And there it is. And you can't even tell that anything happened to the tag. So for all 10 of these shirts, I'm going to do that, remove that price tag, and then I'm going to put it in a clear poly bag. Then once I get my FN SKU, I'll put that right on top of the poly bag. Now these socks, they have the same thing. So these are obviously going to sell for more than $18. Therefore, I want to get rid of the evidence. Very carefully fold that up and then just easily rip it off. So there's the price and now it's gone. When I put it in the poly bag, it is a clear poly bag. And I don't want the actual barcode for the physical product to be able to be scanned because I only want my FN SKU on it so that Amazon knows to associate this product with me in my account. So I could try and peel this whole thing off, but that's a pretty big sticker. It's probably going to leave some really yucky residue. So instead, what I'm going to do is just take a clear piece of a label from my label printer that doesn't have any printing on it, and I'm just going to cover up that barcode. So it's good to have some just plain stickers on hand for times like this. So I'm going to take it and put it right over top, just like that. And now there's no confusion for the people who are scanning this in my inventory. They will only be able to see the FN SKU that's going to go on the front of my poly bag. So that is the first step into prepping your products. Make sure that you remove all of the tags that were on there and then make sure that you put them into a new poly bag. The next product that I have this week is this little e.l.f. Glow Beam Highlighting Palette. Now the stickers on this, there aren't any, so that's great for me. So those are the type of products that I like, ones that have very minimal amount of prep work to do. So from this point, now I'm going to go into Inventory Lab and I'm going to start creating my batch. So first things first, I need to find the listings and the ASINs that match up with my specific products. If you have a barcode scanner, that's where it could come really in handy. All you need to do is scan the back and then it should pop right up into Inventory Lab. But I know that a lot of people probably don't have a barcode scanner. So instead, I'm going to show you the route that takes a little bit longer, but you can do without having the barcode scanner. So first, we're going to take each of these 3 products and I'm going to bring you into Amazon and we're going to find the ASIN. Then we'll take that ASIN and put it into Inventory Lab to start processing in these products. When I purchase my online arbitrage, I like to keep a sheet that has all of the information right in it. This way I can easily get back to the Amazon link, plus know exactly what I bought it for and intended to list it for. So here's the link for my socks. I'll select the correct size. And then now I'm going to pull the ASIN. So the ASIN is Amazon Standard Identification Number, and this is how it knows which product is which. So here in Inventory Lab, I came to list, list and prep, and now new batch. So now it says, let's add an item. I'm going to paste that ASIN for the socks and search. And there they are. So I'll select them. My quantity, I have 15 of these. Over on my sheet, I wrote down my buy price so I would know it for later, and that is $13.50. So for the cost, we'll put in the $13.50. And now I'll input the date and my supplier, which is Kohl's. Now, socks don't have an expiration date, so I'm going to hit this little I and say, no, there's no expiration. Now over here, I can see the offers on this listing. So we have $22, $29, $21. This would be an FBM. These are the FBA prices. So you'll notice on my sheet when I first purchased this, I had the list price for $33. And since then, the price has come down. So now I need to investigate a little bit. So Seller Amp then tells me which sellers have the price and how much in stock. So I can see there's been quite a few sellers that have jumped onto this product in the last week between me purchasing it and actually getting it to my house. But I know that these sell really well each month, and the sellers that have these low prices, they don't really have a ton in stock. So hopefully they're going to sell out very fast and not replenish so the buy box comes back up. Then I can come down here to Keepa, look at the data. The sales rank I can tell is definitely improving. That number is getting smaller. So that tells me that each month these socks are selling faster and faster. 180-day average was 480,000. That's pretty high. But the 30-day average is 153,000. So the rank is getting better. But because this listing is getting better and people are buying it, you can tell that the supply and the demand are in action. There's more sellers jumping onto this, and therefore the price has been going down. The 180-day average, the buy box was $31, and now currently it's nearly $10 less than that. So if I look way back in October, the buy box is pretty steady, then it dips a little, it comes back up, and it kind of has that trend where it's coming up into the 30s and then it's dipping down into the 20s a little bit here and there. So hopefully what happens is these sellers that are jumping on are going to fall off and the buy box is going to come back up. So if I set my list price for $30, it's going to show me that the net profit for each one is $6.78. So I'm going to list it at this price because I can always go back in and reprice it, which is definitely a part of the game. You want to be going in either manually or using software that is going to always be repricing your stuff. So then I double check, make sure everything looks good. I have 15 of them. There was my buy price. $30 is what I'm listing it at, and the profit is $6 each. Now I'm going to add to batch. When you do that, then the FN SKU that you're going to print out onto a label from your label printer is going to pop right up. So since I had 15 of these socks, I'm going to print 15 of these labels. Now I can see my product added in. I can see there's 15 of them. There's the FN SKU as well as the destination. So far for this one product, 15 socks, my net profit is potentially $101. Now I'm going to come to the link where my shirt is and grab the ASIN. Select the correct size. We'll copy this and bring it right over to Inventory Lab. Paste and search. So there it is. I can see that it's a medium. Select. All of the offers are over here. I can see that the buy box is standing at $26.89. And I had my list price for $28 when I first did my research. So I have a total quantity of 10. I paid $15.07 each, no expiration date, and a list price of $28 would bring me back a net profit of $3.74 every time one sells. So what I typically like to do is list it a little higher so then I have room to really reprice it and mess around with it. So I'm going to list these for $29 each and add to batch. Again, my SKU pops right up, so I'm going to plug in my Dymo label printer and print 10 of these. Now we can see our second product added, and they are both going to the same destination. So that's good. If there's not enough room at that warehouse, then it's going to try to break it into 2 or 3 different shipments. So it's great to see that they're all held together. Now down here at the bottom, I can see right now my total net profit, selling all this potentially $147.40. Now I'm going to add the elf highlighting palette, but I didn't buy this one online. I actually bought it in the store. So I don't have a link to bring up. Instead, I'm going to have to search Amazon for it and then find the ASIN. And here it is right here. Now I'll grab the ASIN and bring that over to Inventory Lab. So that's where having the barcode scanner comes in handy. You would just have to scan the product and this would come right up. But if you don't have one, then you just have to find the product first in Amazon and then copy the ASIN. I have 4 of these today. They cost $8.80. These were from Big Lots. And because it's makeup, we do have to put an expiration date. The buy box is at 21, so I'm going to put it just a little bit higher than that, 22. And now my net profit every time one sells, $6.83. We'll add to batch. Since there's 4, I'm going to print 4 of these labels. We're up to 174 in profit, and I only have one more item to add. And this one's actually a bundle that I put together and created the listing. So I have just a couple to replenish, so I'm going to copy the ASIN, paste, and select. Now what's cool about this is when you're replenishing something, it saves all the data. So all you need to do is replenish, and then everything pops right up. So I'll change the quantity to 2, keep it at the list price that I had, and add to batch. I'll print 2 of these FN SKUs, and now since everything's in there, I can review batch. So this is just where you'll double check, make sure that everything is there that you want to be there, and we'll hit submit. This is stating that it's going to sync our proposed FBA shipment to Amazon. If it wanted to send my products to different fulfillment centers, I would see different destinations up here. But I can see that all 31 of my products are going to the same destination. So as long as I'm okay with this, I'm going to hit create. Next, I want to enter the box contents. If all of your products will fit in the same box, then we're going to assign all of them to this box number 1. So I would click here, box 1, assign. Do the same with all of the rest. Box 1, assign. Box 1, assign. Now, if you did not have room in that box to put anything else, all you would need to do is come here and add a new box. Then you would click here and assign it to box number 2 rather than box number 1. But all of mine are fitting in the same box, so I'm going to assign them all to box 1. So once I've assigned all of my box content information, then I just need to transmit it to Seller Central. For this part, you're going to need your digital scale, and you'll have to weigh the box. So this box is 15 pounds, 5 ounces, and you'll also need a tape measure. We'll have to put in the length, the width, and the height. My box is 18 by 14 by 10 and a half. And now submit. So once it's told you that your box content information has been accepted, now we're going to come here. And this is bringing us to our Seller Central account, where we'll see that all of the information we inputted came right over. Now we're going to come down to shipping charges and calculate. So for all of those products to ship, it's only going to cost me $6.73. So I'll click agree and accept the charges. Now the next thing is they want to know when you're going to drop this off to a UPS drop-off center. I'm going to bring it tomorrow, so I'll click the 7th. And then we print the box labels. As soon as we hit print, it's going to pop right up and we'll just print it onto our regular printer. Now the only thing left to do is to come down and click complete shipment. Here's what my products completely prepped look like before I put them into the box. So because the warehouses tend to be pretty dirty, anything that can physically be touched needs to go inside of a poly bag. So I took my socks, I made sure that I took the price tag off and covered up the original barcode with a sticker. Then the poly bag that it goes into has to have this warning label on it. So if you buy some without that warning label, you can just buy some stickers that have the warning label on it and stick it right on. Now next, each of my products gets the FN SKU, and this is what the warehouse is going to scan, and it's going to be associated with my stock. So every single product has to have an FN SKU on it. Now with the shirts, same thing. I don't want them to be dirty. What I ended up doing was tucking the tag on the inside so that there's no barcode on that tag to scan and just my FN SKU on the bag. For the powder, this is pretty fragile. So what I did with these is wrap them first in bubble wrap and then put them inside of my poly bag, and each bag gets its own FN SKU. So now the only thing left to do is to get our shipping labels onto the box. So once the box is taped up, both of these have to go on the outside of the box. No paperwork has to go on the inside, but both of these pieces need to go on the outside. Tape them on, they're already prepaid, and then you're just going to drop them off at a UPS drop-off station. And that's how easy it is to list, prep, and ship your shipments for Amazon FBA. I hope this was helpful and that you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next video.